Beats Planet.
Yeah, man. So listen, man. Listen, chat. Listen, y'all. First of all, it ain't y'all business why we late. You know what I mean? And then we're borderline underachievers because even though we're late, we're not as late as we can be. So relax.
Time to me, shit.
I got a good poll up, you know what I'm saying? Pulled up a poll. I was like, why are we late? I'm asking, is it Voch's fault or is it Skywalker's fault? It is an overwhelming 58% on Skywalker. Still, I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll while I'm ahead. I don't want people to change their mind or nothing.
You know what? That's cool. That means people watch my show and they know me, so
They know you. They know us. I'm Voch Lombardi. Shouts out to y'all. We're here at the Volume, but we're also live on the Voch Lombardi page. I just want to give y'all some credit. A little hand clap for y'all. We're just in the process of moving everybody from the Voch Lombardi lives to Voch Lombardi live on the Volume channel. So if you're watching on the YouTube, we're going to be live on both channels for the rest of April. But starting in May, live streams will be exclusively on the Volume. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit the like. You don't have to hit the notification bell because we go live at 3 p.m. Central on Monday through Friday. When the regular season hits, that schedule will change up a little bit. And follow me on Twitter also, VOCHLOMBARDI. I'm here with my point guard.
That was for you. That's for you.
Okay, so that's mine.
Sure.
So now I'm here with my point guard, Will Steele.
You're rocking with the best.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Cut that shit off. Cut that off. No, sir. Hey, I just had to play some sound to drown that shit out. What you mean?
It's good, man.
Nope. Voch needs a drop now.
I get you a new drop.
I'm gonna get my new drop, and I'll send it to you. Whatever drop I feel is appropriate enough for my level of coolness, we're gonna run it like that.
I don't like how they just assumed it was me that was the reason why we late though.
And just because you had the better drop, it was your fault. You are the reason why we late. Anyway, we are here. We are here to give y'all another great day of content. It is the off season, so we will be talking draft again. Until we get a Dallas Cowboy headline, and then we'll touch on that. Shouts out to our guy Paul in the back. You know, Paul's been dealing with us for the last week and a half. He's been taking over everything. Just a little bit ago, Paul recommended. He said, "Hey man, Kyler Murray's having some problems over there in Arizona. You want to touch on?" I was like, "Nope," because I don't have a thing to say about it. I don't have a word to say about Kyler Murray being unhappy. And I just want to say this too, just right now. Shouts out to our guy Foots the King, because when Dallas was prepping to play Arizona last year, Foots was very staunch in saying, "Yo, Voch, Kyler look like he pouting a whole bunch." Yeah. Kyler look like he always unhappy over there. He's looking like a diva. I was like, that's an interesting observation, Foots the King, and we're just seeing that unravel in the offseason. So for our guy Paul, since he's been holding us down so fantastically behind the scenes on the Volume for the past week and a half, that's me giving you my Kyler Murray is having problems with the Arizona take. He has problems with everybody. But today, since we don't really have Cowboy content to get into, I wanted to keep it draft. So I wanted to talk offensive line today. So a couple days ago, and as my lists are coming out, you can check them out on my social medias, the Volume social media. They'll be all over the place. Last couple of days ago, we broke down my edge guys. So, if there was any discrepancies, any disagreements with my edge list, I gave you guys a chance to hit me up in the chat box and talk to me. I gave you guys an opportunity to hit me up on my phones. The number is 202-926-1127, access code 309-104. This is a very interactive show. So if you have any disagreements with any of my lists, you can feel free to call in. But I'm going to be spending this show, just kind of why my list is my list, defending and attacking my list. So with that being said, first of all, Will Steele, do you have any immediate discrepancies with my list before I get started?
Nah, you know me. I say this to you every year. You are my O-line guy. You're the reason why I enjoy O-line film. So I'm taking the back seat here, listen to what you got to say. Now I'll chime in on this and on that. But you the guy I go to for O-line, brother.
And, honestly, man, that's all I can really ask for, man. That's an honor within itself. You know what I mean? Just just being able to, be like, okay, well, Voch, this is wild, but I respect it. You know what I mean? Like, you can anybody can disagree, but as long as there's some respect for the work that's done,
Facts.
I rock with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you wanna pull up your top 10.
please go ahead. Let's do that. And don't forget chat box. You can call in and disagree. You can call in and disagree. You can talk in the chat and disagree. Whatever you would like. Let's get busy here. So, are you floor guy or are you ceiling guy? That's gonna be a recurring theme in any draft, really. And I'm glad of Voch is putting that foot in the dirt on that. Are you floor or are you ceiling guy? What do you like the most? Do you like the upside or do you like what you are right now? Voch likes both. And I'll go ahead and give you another little spoiler here. Let me just look to double check. Yep. Voch is also coming out with a big board, a top 50 big board where I just put the players in order. And my number one player on the whole ass big board is Ikem Ekwonu. So just one time. Voch, why is Ikem Ekwonu your number one player on your big board? I like floor guys with ceiling. That's my thing. Ikem Ekwonu has the ceiling to become the greatest offensive lineman in the NFL right now.
Wow.
He has the ceiling. And I'll tell you why, Wilson. Because he has no clue how to play football. No clue how to play offensive lineman. And when you run into a lot of these offensive linemen that have technique deficiencies, guys that, they're not very nuanced, they aren't very polished, sometimes those dudes get smoked because, when you go into the league, the competition bumps up. So these pass rushers, they're setting you up more. They're attacking your weakness. If you're not a hands inside guy, then they're going to get hands inside and smoke you. If they're a control your elbow guy, you got to know how to attack that. That's why guys like Rashawn Slater, I love him so much because he got short arms, but he's a technician. He knows how to fight and work within his short armness. Ikem got long arms, big size, big weight, big height, big hands, big athleticism, 370, 350, 360, whatever it is. Will still on the fly. Salute to you, sir. Big everything on Ikem Ekwonu. Big power, big speed, big quickness, big everything. He just has no clue how to play football yet, right? So you would imagine, okay, well, if he doesn't know how to play football, does that go into play with his overall deficiency versus D lineman? No, not at all. Because he'll just line up with bad technique. Somebody will get inside on him, but he's naturally powerful. So I'm smoking you. Or somebody will capture his edge and like a normal tackle would get beat right there. But he's so quick for a big man, he could just recover and move along, right? If you're a long-armed defensive lineman and you're trying to long-arm Ikem, don't worry about it. I'll long-arm you back. These are all natural reaction things that he does. He has no clue how to use them just yet. So you mean to tell me Ikem with no nuance, no polish, no offensive line tools he's still able to line up and smoke people. And then you have the upside of, okay, well, let me teach him how to play offensive line. If he never learns how to play offensive line, he's still a starting left tackle in the league with the upside. That's why he's my number one player on the big board, and he's my number one offensive lineman right now. Let's get back into this, man. Let's boogie, bro. Evan Neal is my number two guy. I call it like the Mario Kart example, right? Like some Mario Karts are like heavy, but they slow, and some carts are fast, but they get bumped around. And then you got like the Mario Luigi cars, like the balance joint. Right? Evan Neal is the balance joint. So he's not as physically imposing as Ikem Ekwonu, but he is physically imposing, more physically imposing than the other tackle that we'll talk about once we get to four, right? He has better technique than Ikem Ekwonu, right? But he doesn't have better technique than Buddy that we're going to talk about at 4, right? So if you're looking for the safe pick, if you're looking for the high floor pick, then Evan Neal's your guy. Can Evan Neal's ceiling get much higher? I don't think so. I don't think he has the growth to go that Ikeem has to go. But Evan Neal could get a little bit better, as to where Ikeem could get a lot of bit better. But I also think floor-wise, Evan Neal's floor isn't as good as Ikeem's floor, but he's still balanced, got to be better than the rest of the guys.
So
that's why. Go ahead.
So Neal is closer to, I hate to use the term finished product, but he's closer to what we think he's going to be.
Evan Neal is closer to what he is right now. He's going to be what he is right now, which is fine, which is a solid NFL player. But think about Evan Neal's floor being just a little bit higher than Ikeem's floor. But if Ikeem simply learns how to use his hands, he goes here. Then if he learns how to be patient, then he's here. Then if he learns how to, all the other little techniques, he's up there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of where we're at with that. Evan is a borderline nasty player. He has his nasty plays. Some of his downsides, are some technique-based things. Better technique than Ikeem, but sometimes his base will get a little narrow. He'll fall over. He'll lean. He'll turn guys on accident. He'll get to the next level and miss. He just has to be consistent with his base, but that's all technique things. Charles Cross ain't number 3. I love Charles Cross. But I just fell in love with the tape of another, and that's Kenyan Green. Let me just. Kenyan Green's amazing, chat. And the reason why I have Kenyan over Charles, right? I'm just talking about pure player right now. We're just talking about players. When I talk about position value makes all this shit different. Because Green being the predominant guard, he'll fall. Cross being the tackle, he'll be more important. Where my music at? Kenyan Green offensive line. Kenyan Green's offensive tackle tape ain't that bad. Ain't bad. Now, of course, Kenyan Green's guard tape puts him up here. But when he played left tackle versus Alabama, and there's a potential top 5 pick on Alabama's, D line, and Kenyan Green had to play left tackle when he normally plays left guard. When he normally plays right guard, he normally plays left tackle. His best tape was at left tackle.
So is it safe to say he's the most versatile offensive lineman in this draft?
Sure. He's not one of these guys that I play guard, but I can kind of play tackle, so I play tackle. His best film, in my opinion, was at tackle.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? His best film versus Alabama versus the biggest competition, Will Anderson, it was at left tackle. Now, I think he'll settle in at guard nicely, but I think just that kind of versatility kind of pushes him up a little bit. Also, too, just another kind of little thing, that puts him over Charles or whatever. I see Charles kind of struggle with power a little bit. That's why I was saying he's not as physically imposing as Ikeem and Evan. But to be honest, Charles isn't as physically imposing as Kenyan neither. And just in my own personal rankings or whatever, I like physically imposing. Probably why Lindell Bond and Zion Johnson are 5 and 6, but we'll stay focused here. Charles is more physically imposing. He's more stout. I like stout players, but Charles doesn't lose much athleticism. Now, of course, Charles is the much better athlete, but I'm looking at Kenyan Green. It's not like he can't play tackle. We see that. It's not like he can't climb the second level. It's not like he can't reach. Other guys do it better than him, but he can. His bag is, I'm a physically imposing guard that plays 4 other spots. That's fire. Plus, there's one thing that an offensive lineman just absolutely got to have, and it's hard to have when you're one of these taller offensive linemen. Kenyan has great size, so of course he's one of these taller, bigger guys, but knee bend. If you get an offensive lineman fresh out the box with knee bend, you got to start. Kenyan Green got knee bend. Go ahead.
I was just going to pull up the picture of his knee bend.
Sure. And to be fair, that's a bad picture. Hey, yo, Will. Hey, Will, you had my film pulled up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The very first play I showed you, the first thing I said was, "Damn, why does my knee bend so much?" Like the very first play on my, you ain't got to pull up now.
Talking about King?
No, I'm talking about Charles. You ain't got. Kenyan. You ain't got to pull up now. But if y'all go watch my Kenyan Green film session, the very first play. Off the rip, I'm gonna give Scott some time. I want y'all to see this. The very first Kenyan Green play, I'm looking at him like, do you see the knee bend on this child? In his stance at 6'4". I don't know. But flexibility, versatility, physically imposing, plus just another little question mark I got about Charles Cross is he plays at Mississippi State. under Mike Leach, and they throw the ball 60 times a game. So if you're looking for just, and this could be a flavor ice cream deal, if you're looking for a guy that's the best pass blocker that has technique, and you feel like, oh, well, maybe if we make him bigger, this will happen. If we make him stronger, this will happen, whatever, then you can play that game with Charles Cross if you want to. It's ultimately your decision. But Voch prefers the already physically imposing people, so that's why Charles Cross is my fourth player. Linderbaum, same kind of deal. We go right back to physically imposing. Now, when we talk about Linderbaum in the run game, you'll hear people say, "Oh, Linderbaum run game gangster."
Yeah.
True, but I don't want people to think that Linderbaum out here digging people out the line of scrimmage or moving people around. And the best thing to do when you're doing these like draft analysis is just avoid the noise. Because when I first heard about Linderbaum, there was like, Voch, he's Quentin Nelson playing center.
Wait a minute.
Sometimes people forget how good Quentin Nelson can be. Sometimes you want to move on to the next thing so much you forget how good the current is. You're so caught up in, Voch, who's the next Michael Parsons? You forget how fucking good you got to be a Michael Parsons, let alone to be the next one. You see what I'm saying? So, Linderbaum is not Quentin Nelson at center. Y'all got Quentin Nelson mixed up. But what Linderbaum is he's one of the best reach blocking centers I've ever seen in my life. Some of the best movement, second level stuff, combo stuff, hands, technique, and this is all run game, right? Short pulls, long pulls, screens, all that. Linderbaum excels at it. And I think he's a pretty good pass blocker. I think as a pass blocker, and especially playing center, you're always going to have help help guys. So that helps Linderbaum with his power. But if he's ever in a one-on-one situation versus a horse, versus stud, versus a gangster, Linderbaum will get pushed around a little bit. You know what I mean? And I haven't seen Ikeem get pushed around. I haven't seen but I never seen Kenyan Green get pushed around. Charles Cross, man.
Hey, dog, we saw Travis Frederick deal with some strength issues early on in his career. So
for sure, this isn't me saying Linderbaum going to be a piece of shit and he should be taken in the second round. Linderbaum, I'll give y'all another little nugget. Linderbaum, where Linderbaum at? He's my 19th player on my top 50 board. I'm going to get that to the graphics people. They're going to make it all pretty and nice. But Linderbaum's a fantastic player. Fantastic player. He just has some deficiencies that he could work on or whatever. And will he be one of the top centers in the league? We hope so, because that's what he projects to be. By
the way, let me let people know the all 22 you're seeing. These are from Voch's channel where he's doing his film breakdown. So you can check out these guys on Voch Lombardi's YouTube channel.
Somebody in my comment section said the other day, and I just shouts out to my comments, bro.
Perfect.
Because y'all love defending me in the comments. I don't even think it was comments. It was like on like a fucking Twitter post or something, Instagram post. Somebody was like, "Oh, this dude doesn't know football," and somebody was like, "Actually, if you go to his channel, he breaks down the reasoning for everything that he says." And and I love that too. You know what I mean? I love having that evidence. Like, this is why I think this way. So shouts out to y'all that go on these internet fights and defend me. Let's do the next 4 together. Trevor Penning ain't like next or nothing like that. You know what I mean? And I had Trevor Penning falling down in my list because when I watch him, first of all, playing at Northern Iowa. If you're gonna play at Northern Iowa, I want you to go versus these other kids at these small schools and smoke them. I want there to be no nonsense when you smoking these small school guys, because if you're going to be taken as an offensive lineman in this top that they're talking about taking Trevor Penning, I need you to be dominant versus them regular dudes. And he wasn't always dominant. And, if you watch, you'll ask yourself, why was he not always that dominant? Well, he'll be a little stiff sometimes, and especially at tackle. He'll be a little stiff sometimes. He doesn't always get his hands in the right place. But I can see the love for Trevor Penning because we see the physicality and the super aggressive nature of him, right? And the size. Size is important also. And some people look at his size and like, well, he's so big, he should be playing guard anyway. I feel you, but he's so stiff he shouldn't be playing tackle, and you'll be watching Trevor Penning, who is a big, strong, physical guy. If anybody watches film on him, you'll clearly see, hey man, Trevor Penning kind of getting pushed around a little bit. Voch, why is that the case? Why did Trevor Penning get pushed around here? Because shit like this that will still just pull it up for us. He's kind of stiff in the hips. He's not always immediate with his hands. Sometimes, he'll miss with his hands and allow somebody not as strong as him, not as big as him, not as powerful as him to get their hands inside of him. And once you get your hands inside of anybody, you can push anybody around. You can be more powerful in a bull rush sense if you don't have the inside advantage at all. But it ain't even giving up the inside, because that happens. Do you have the nuance that if you've given up the inside, can you work your hands back inside? Can you shrimp your hands back inside to get a repurchase on that grip? Trevor Penning don't even think to do that. He'll just think to just try to wrestle his way through it. There's no way. I know this Tyreek, whatever his name, Smith, I believe, one of the Ohio State kids. There is no way he should be pushing Trevor Penning around. No way at all. No way at all.
He looked light, whoever that defense end is.
He's about 240, 250. But he's inside of Trevor Penning. So I'm like, man, if you got that many problems, then you're gonna have to fix some of this. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to work on this stuff. And then you ask yourself, are you floor guy or are you ceiling guy? So when I started to work my way down the list, I see Trevor Penning as a guard. Is Trevor Penning a better guard than Zion Johnson? I say no. Is he a better guard than Ed Ingram? I say no. Is he a better tackle than Nicholas Petit-Frere? I say no. Is he at a guard better than Nicholas Petit-Frere as a tackle? And I say no. But Trevor Penning as a guard is better than Bernard Raymond as a tackle. So that's why Bernard is 10. That's why Trevor is 9.
Can I ask you something about Penning and Bernard?
Please.
I know you don't like either or let me say not like, because they're in your top 10. But does it feel like Bernard may have a higher ceiling than Penning?
Yes, because Bernard played tight end 3 years ago.
Okay. I was making sure I wasn't crazy. I'm like, he is more athletic because he was a tight end. But I'm always, if the athlete is there, that means you got some type of ceiling that you could potentially hit. It's just a matter of if the rest of your body can catch up. So
yeah, and that's some of my biggest problems with Raymond is that he's not polished. And to be fair, he's not going to be polished because he's only played offensive line for a handful of years. Like, there are some offensive linemen that have been playing offensive. Like think about this though, Will. Like, think about some of these guys. Like, to play offensive line your rookie year in the league. High school, little league, maybe. I didn't play little league, but like high school, middle school, college or whatever. Like, some of these guys have been playing offensive line, just the position. Yeah. Some of these guys have been playing offensive line for like 9 years, a decade almost. You know what I mean? Bernard Raymond played tight end the other day, So of course he's going to be a lot more raw than these other guys. Now, does he have upside to be a tackle? Sure. If you told me in 6 years Bernard Raymond has a better career than Trevor Penning, I wouldn't trip, because Bernard Raymond has that ceiling to where he can get better. I think Penning is what Penning is right now. Can you clean up Penning's technique? Sure. But I don't think you clean up his hips, his hip tightness or anything. So if anything, Penning can improve as a guard and not improve as a tackle, which is another reason why I got Penning over Bernard.
Got something for the chat. Prove me wrong. The greatest tight end turned tackle ever, Jason Peters.
I guess Jason Peterson played tight end. I don't know.
He did. Yeah, he was a tight end.
Oh, congratulations. I guess, motherfucker.
I was just here thinking about who's a tight end turned tackle.
I had no clue. Yeah, and hey, if you wanna use that as your but Voch, what about Jason? Do you think, motherfucker? Okay. if that's your logic, but when I watch Bernard Raymond, I see a player with a lot of problems, but it's mostly technique problems, technique based that you can fix. I just don't think he has the natural ability to overcome that like Akeem does. Akeem can put his hand on your shoulder and your pinky finger, and he'll find a way to block you. I promise. Bernard Raymond is not physically imposing enough to do that. Zion Johnson, who I think it's baffling that some people have Zion Johnson better than Kenyan Green. I just think Kenyan's clearly the better player. I think Kenyan Green has better guard tape than Zion. I think he has better tackle tape than Zion. They tried to put Zion Johnson at center at the Senior Bowl. That shit ain't work out, but I seen Kenyan Green play center, and He's pretty good at it. So, hey man, whatever avenue you wanna put these guys in, whatever ring you want to put them in. I got Kenyan way over Zion, but Zion's a fun player. I got him a little less than Linderbaum because I love Linderbaum's tape. I just think Linderbaum just got to be a little more powerful or whatever. But it's not that Zion has an advantage over anybody in the top 5. He's a good player. He's a solid player. I think he'll be a great guard. I just simply don't think, just from a talent perspective, that he's better than any of those guys in the top 5. Nicholas Petit Friere. I try not to get caught up in one game. Like y'all have heard me talk about Andrew Booth from Clemson, the corner. Chris Olave kept running past him, but I try not to hold that against him. Aiden Hutchinson had a fantastic year, but when he played against the Georgia kids, he had a bad game. Same with Ojabo, well, relatively bad game to his standard. Kayvon had a weird little game. I'm not holding that against him. So Nicholas Petit Friere had a really bad game versus Aiden Hutchinson. And Aiden Hutchinson being the number 1 overall fucking pick, I'd imagine that, if you had a bad game against him, it'll be fine. So when you hear a lot of people speak against Nicholas Petit Friere, they're one of the first things they're gonna say, yo, Voch, I don't know, man. Ohio State game. I mean, that game you had versus Michigan, it was a doozy. To be fair, it was a doozy. But when you look at the rest of his film, when you watch him versus, Boy in My Fair, you watch him versus Carl Loftus, those guys that I hold in pretty high regards. He has some fantastic tape, man. Nicholas Petit Friere, which actually translates into Nick's little brother, which is fucking hilarious. But great athleticism for his size. Great size. Like the prototype build of an offensive lineman. I think he plays with power, plays with some great movement, some great foot quickness, some great hands. Had a bad game of versus Aiden Hudson, but besides that, just a solid all better than Bernard Raymond at goddamn tackle. You know what I mean? So when people see this list, one of the first things that they said was, I don't know about the Ohio State guy. I don't know about number 7. I just encourage everybody to, to not discount the Michigan game away from the analysis, because I think that's worth it. Because if Nick would have gone out there and smoked Aiden Hutchinson, then Nick may be 5 or 4 on my list. You see what I'm saying? So we can't hold that against the evaluation. But take that, but then also take the big body of work. That's like saying, oh, Stingley's trash because he lost to Van Jefferson. Okay, but look at what else Stingley's done. So when I just put the whole body of work together on Nicholas, little brother, fucking number 7 for me, man, especially in this class in particular. Now, if you add Rashawn Slater, you know how they'd be like, well, Voch, if you take the 21 class and the 22 class, put them together, Nick probably wouldn't be on this list if you add in some of the guys from last year, but this is where he's at on this list. And Ed Ingram is just a gangster, man. I first discovered him at the Senior Bowl, and at Senior Bowl practices, offensive line was terrible. All around the board, the offensive line was just trash, getting their ass whooped, including Trevor Penning. But the one guy that stuck out was the LSU kid. I'm like, damn, who's the LSU kid? And sure enough, it was Ed Ingram. And I watch his film. I see a powerful player. I see a player that can move around a little bit. Not the best movement stuff, but Voch likes physically imposing. Voch likes powerful players. And Ed Ingram does a lot of anchor. He knows how to anchor versus powerful rushers. So good run game guy, solid in the pass game. I feel like Ed Ingram did just good enough to be a better guard than Trevor Penning. But that's because I really like Ed Ingram. There's a lot of entities that don't like Ed Ingram. I know a lot of people won't draft like in the PFF mocks or whatever. They may not give you a good grade for drafting Ed Ingram because he's down in the 80s somewhere. But Ed Ingram, I love him. Some of the other, my other colleagues love him. And he has the talent of an early second round guy, but draft process things happen. He'll probably fall a little later now. I think if you can get Ed Ingram in the 3rd, you throwing a little party around here. Some he don't get in trouble or nothing. And, we ain't gonna
leave it at that.
We ain't gonna say nothing else about them LSU boys. So that's my list. Chat, what you think? Chat, what do you think? Let me get right here.
Always tell people, if you bring the smoke. We want the smoke.
Bring my smoke. Also, if you want to call in to give your thoughts, you want to touch on offensive line. Maybe you want to disagree with what I'm saying. The phone is on the screen. The phone line right there. 202-926-1127. Access code 309-104. Y'all go ahead and get in line and get in line and make yourself known. I kind of just want to run up and down the chat just a little bit to get y'all immediate reactions to what I was saying. I know I did a lot of talking. Go ahead.
This Jesse Bell's person said, am I saying that right? Somebody said you got to raise your volume up. Man, if I raise it up any higher, he's going to be blowing the speakers off of some of y'all. So if Voch's volume is too low, let me know. Everybody, not just one person, let me know. I'll turn it up. Yeah. But when I play it back on my phone, it sounds fine to me, bro.
Yep. Just let us know exactly what it is. If it's mine, if it's Sky's, and we'll address that. But I think we good. And if Jesse the only one that saying there's a volume problem, then you probably dropped your phone in some water or something. And your speaker messed up. So put his headphones. I think Salyer's better than Raymond. I'm going for the upside with Raymond, but like if I had to drop a top 15, Salyer probably be 11 or something. Probably. And then Drew the Gooner dropped the deuce and says, no Salyer. Nope, but maybe. If I had a top 15, it would be 11. And then to be fair, like if you look at the list, like most of these guys, so maybe not Ed and maybe not Nick, but all these guys can go first round. Not from my own decision, but because other teams or whatever. But Bernard, Trevor Penning could be a first round pick. Zion probably shouldn't, but could be. Tyler, Charles, Kenyon, Ikeem, and Evan are all possibly first round pick. So it's hard to, and this is all offensive line, but this ain't top 10 tackles. Then I got a top 10 interior list. I put them all together. So
what about Darian Kennard? I mean, he's projected to move inside. Is obviously I think that's the right move, but we're looking at a second round guard, right?
Sure, pretty much. And like I said, if I had a top 15 list, he'll probably be 11 or something. I didn't like his tape at right tackle. But I think so I would love to see how he looks at guard, and that may be so Senior Bowl was a perfect opportunity to put Kennard and Penning at guard, and I don't think they did it a whole bunch. So that's the problem with that. That's the big problem with that.
So we'll get up. You know me, I feel weird about 6'7" guards, and I know people are going to talk about Kevin Gogan from back in the day, but it just looks funny to me.
6'7" is definitely tackle size, but his hips ain't tackle size. You know what I mean? And I just think, and that's the weird thing about Penning, man. I think Penning has to play inside because if he goes out on the island, I don't think it's going to be good for him. But he might be too big, so I don't know. That's why he's 9. Let's see. Nicholas Petit-Frere is underrated for sure. Damn, it is 340. You kidding me?
I ain't gonna tell you what I thought you said, but yeah, Nicholas Petit-Frere, yeah, Nick's little brother.
that is kind of what it sounded like I was saying, huh?
Oh, you said something else, but go ahead.
Nick little brother. Nick little brother is very underrated. I agree. Is Kenyan Green a better center prospect than Tyler? No. Tyler's a better center than Kenyan Green would be center, but Kenyan does everything else. And he does it in a way that I like it. So
let me ask you something. I'm gonna keep saying that because again, you my O-line guy. I've been saying if it ain't Tyler Linderbaum in the first round for me, and we're talking Dallas Cowboys here, I'm kind of good on waiting on center until later in the draft, day 3. There's too many other pressing needs. Is that about right?
No, you're right.
Are you looking at is there a center in the second and third round that you think can jump all those other needs? I can't think of one. I know Luke Fortner's a guy. Cam Jurgens is another guy that we brought in.
I look at Luke as like a third guy. Fortner's like a fourth guy. Cole Strange may work his way into the 4. He may be a third guy. Cole Strange from Chattanooga.
I just don't see a reason to jump at a center that's not Tyler Linderbaum is what I'm getting at.
My whole thing about center is center's not an emergency.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I know people don't like Biotish, but if you look at just if you list out the goddamn top 10 centers in the league, you're gonna get to 3 and be like, all right, well, let me Google and see what's going on. You know what I mean? It ain't really an elite position like that. So Tyler is about what you're gonna get in the league. So the only reason we're talking about Linderbaum because we would feel like he's an upgrade, but that doesn't mean that we have an emergency at center. If you can't get Linderbaum, I'm not looking at center.
Okay, I was wondering if anybody else was thinking in that same lines for me. I just think you got too many immediate other needs in those first 3 rounds in center.
Guard, wide receiver, linebacker.
Even as a tackle. One tech I'm talking about, but
Corner maybe. I don't know. I mean, you just never know.
Watch, cut it out.
I ain't saying that. Just you. I mean, you just never know what's gonna happen. I mean, Jordan Lewis can get cut tomorrow. You don't know what's gonna happen. So, you just want to address those.
Too far.
You want to address.
My bad, y'all. That's it.
So you just want to address those throughout the draft. I mean, throughout the early portion. But if you don't get center early, then just don't worry about center, because you don't want to draft somebody that comes in and Tyler's clearly better. Now they competing with what's our guy from last year in Nebraska, Fioku,
Forniak.
Forniak.
I think it's
Yeah.
Which
So yeah, I mean, if you want to,
he got decent tape in that Week 18 game. It was against the practice squad, but I like that center tape. And he's tall.
Yeah. And, if you want some fun, run with Fournier. Let's pause for a second. We got a phone. Let's get into the phones. Man. See what the phone's talking about. We got Mr. Amos on the phone. What up, Mr. Amos?
Hey, what's going on, young man? Another young man, Mr. Steele. How y'all been doing?
Man, chilling, cool breeze. You all
good?
That's good. Well, I'm like you, Voch. I like the young man, Green.
Yeah.
The boy looked like he been playing center. I mean, offensive lineman from the beginning of life. I used to be a little league football coach, and I used to coach the kids that never played football before in their life and try to teach them that 3-point stand. And that boy looked like he'd been doing a 3-point stand from birth.
Yep.
He's a straight, square, right off the back, look like he can fire out, look like he's been playing, like you said. Some people look like they've been playing offensive line all his life.
Yep.
This boy looked like he was born offensive lineman.
Yep.
So I would like him, to be drafted as the Cowboys would get him.
Sure.
I'm not too big of a fan, to be honest. I'm him and bash him. I mean, I'm gonna bash him. You like him, but oh my goodness, it seems like they take advantage of us when every time he's in there. But
he in there every play, and they had top offense.
Yeah, he in there every play. He don't make every play. He in there.
Yeah.
I see him in there.
Right.
I'll say that.
Yeah, I feel you, Mr. Amos.
But if we can get Olave up between Green, what would you prefer? Because I know Olave is a pretty good receiver that can fill in that role adequately, because I don't think we're going to be keeping receivers on the long term, because we seem to like to switch out on them every 3 to 4 years.
For sure.
So if the kind that we're going, I think Lamb would be going soon.
Well, if it's between Olave and Green, I'm taking Green. I just think Green is the better player. I actually got it on my top 50 board way yet.
So this is famous Amos on the phone?
I just got him as Mr. Amos. I don't know. I don't know what you call him on your show. I just call him.
I'm an old dude, just like Uncle Charlie. That's all I am. I'm just an old dude, just be listening to this stuff, and just making a comment every now and then. This is young people world, so I just y'all young people opinion. And for those who don't know who the outlaw Joseph Well is, oh my goodness, classic man. Classic.
Come on, I know you know about some Joseph Well. What is this on my screen? Hilarious. But yeah, though, Mr. Amos, appreciate you for the call. That's all you had, though.
That's all, man. Y'all can go back and do what y'all young people do. I'm just gonna chill out in my old man ways and listen to y'all.
Appreciate you, Mr. Amos. Be blessed, man. Have a good one. Sky.
That's famous Amos, man.
Who is that?
Famous Amos.
I know who that is.
He popular on the social medias. He be doing them crazy ass dances.
I don't know a thing about.
Oh, it's hilarious. Just look up famous Amos, dude. It's hilarious, man.
I don't know a thing. When we get in the top 50, hey, I was actually. I don't want. Hold on.
Did you finish it?
It's finished. I got to go over it once or twice. Let me pull this up so I can. This it right here. I don't want y'all to see it, but this it right here.
Perfect lighting then, because you can't see.
There you go. There you go. I don't want y'all to see nothing. There you go. Perfect. That's it right there. That's my list. And once I get it over to the graphics, to my good graphics people over here at the volume, then we'll put it out and make it look pretty. If y'all have a question about where somebody at, I mean, Jalen Petrie is my 50th player, so, and Akeem McCollum is my first, so that's all I got for y'all till till we move on. Phones is dry today, so I tell you what.
The conference has been locked.
I ain't gonna beg you. We at the 48-minute mark. Hey, yo, chat.
Hey, yo, Net.
I know, listen, on this very slow news day, I did a lot of talking anyway, so it's fine. Yo, chat, I know it's a lot of reasons that you may not have been able to call in. You may be in Zimbabwe or something. You may have talked up you anytime. You may be laying next to somebody that's asleep. But for the next 6 minutes, we're going to answer your questions, and we're going to be gone at an hour. Come on, Will Still. We're getting better. We getting better.
Better than me. Every time I try to do an hour show, that next thing you know, we in an hour 50 minutes. So
well, that's what's been happening. We almost did it yesterday, but we started talking about wrestling. Yeah. So so chat, hit me with your offensive line questions, your football questions, and if you want, you can ask me and Scott some non-football questions. What the hell y'all want? Also, for all the people that's watching live on the Voch Lombardi channel, we'll be going live on both channels for the duration of April. But once May starts, all live streams will be exclusively on the volume. So if you don't know how to get there, type in the volume on YouTube. Go over there, hit subscribe and all the other YouTube algorithm things, and be sure to tune in Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Central. All right, let's boogie yoogie till we can't boogie no more.
Okay. You see how they try to do me in here?
Is Sky the reason y'all was late? Yes. He was 63% of the reason I was late. So we wasn't even late.
I'm late, man. You see how they try to do us?
Captain Spartan 04 says no Ali poster in the back. I was running out of wall space. You know what I mean? If I do get another one, you know what I'm saying, like another display to something, like just by order of operation, like it's gonna have to be a movie poster. So like that'll be like, I might get like, I don't know, Don Vito and put him up there or something. You know, Don Vito Corleone, put him up there. If I was to do something, or I'll get like a Tupac or like a Lil Wayne joint just to pull out some more hip hop in the background. So I don't know. We'll cross that road. We get there. No Sean Ryan from UCLA. Oh, Sean Ryan's a fine player though, but not on this list. Not in this top 10. No sir. Voch, just started watching Death Note because of you. Dub or sub? I normally watch my anime subbed, but Death Note dubbed is really good. Voch, how do you get started in scouting film? How do you learn what to look for? I played ball, and as soon as I stopped playing ball, I coached ball. And what you learn is that when you just around football, you just absorb shit. Or that's what happened to me. Like I played offensive line, but I just stumbled into the receiver room one day and I just learned all the route concepts. And then if you just on the offense, you look over to the sideline and they didn't teach my group of offensive linemen signals or nothing like that, but they just gave us a number and that was our play. But I'm an overachiever, so I looked over and I learned the signals. And when you learn the signals, you learn how play structure works. You learn how play language works. And you know, if you know what offensive linemen are, you know, like if you know what offensive linemen do in different plays, then you learn how to evaluate them, or what a receiver does on different route combinations, you learn how to evaluate them. So if you just simply learn what inside zone is and what offensive linemen do on inside zone, then you learn inside zone steps: lateral step, quick second step, upfield, you know, third step. If you learn what outside zone is, you'll go short pull, gather step, third step, hook, reach, and then it just keeps building on top of each other. Okay, well, how do combos in inside zone look? Boom, 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 cag to up. Well, how do combos in outside zone looks? Boom, 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 cagging sideways, and before you know it, you're just stacking information on top of information. So my base was playing and coaching, but I probably learned most of my football knowledge just like studying. So just watch the game. Just watch the game and try not to watch football every time, and you'll learn.
Did you already get that super chat?
Joe
the Goon, is Josh Ball really our swing tackle, or do we look to take a tackle in the mid later rounds, like Mitchell from Louisiana U.
I like Max Mitchell from Louisiana. And look, I didn't know that it wasn't ULL no more. Apparently, apparently University of Louisiana in Lafayette is just University of Louisiana now. So I like Max Mitchell, and sure, Max Mitchell would be a good candidate to come in and swing tackle for you. I don't think Josh Ball has solidified himself to do anything on this team. So, nah, if somebody comes in and they're a better tackle than Josh Ball, whether we sign a guy or we trade up to get Charles Cross and Terrence Steele goes back to competing with Josh Ball, or we draft a guy to compete with Josh Ball. I think it's all competition.
Hey, Jay said, which WrestleMania was the best? He thinks WrestleMania 21, 2005. Mine's because of Cena and Batista winning their titles. Mine's is WrestleMania 17.
Which one? This
Rock and Stone Cold was
Rock and Stone Cold. The Rock and Stone Cold. Yeah,
that card was incredible. Plus, that was the tables, ladders, chair. My favorite WrestleMania match of all time, where Edge speared Hardy Boys. What was it Jeff Hardy, hanging from the off the ladders, hanging from the belt. Freaking amazing.
Yep, 100%, Mr. Wolf. Fantastic. When was Stone Cold and Bret Hart? I don't know if that was a WrestleMania or not.
I want to say 13.
13?
I could be wrong. You can let me know. I want to say that was WrestleMania 13. That's where Stone Cold became a legend because the blood was coming down his face and kind of turned face right there.
13 and 17 the ones, bro. 13 and 17 is the ones. Why do some of the links on the Patreon film session don't work? Illuminati shit. But if you simply request to watch some, then after draft season we'll revisit players. But you got to let that be known. You got to tap Voch on the show like, yo, Voch, can we watch XYZ? Then sure, we'll watch XYZ. I think up next we're gonna clean up. This is what's today? Thursday. So like early Friday or Saturday, we're gonna be cleaning up some late edge guys, and y'all want to watch DBs, but I don't think y'all understand how boring that is. So we may or may not.
I'll leave it up to JC. Somebody in here said, "Hey, Voch, man, when you gonna bring Jeff Kavanaugh on?" Relax, we just 2 weeks in, man.
Come on now. We're just good enough to show up 6 minutes late now, so just give us a minute.
Hey, tomorrow got your first guest. Go ahead and promote that.
Hey, Flister King will be live on the volume tomorrow, so slow down. One at a time. But we will get. Trust me, Voch has a plan. Voch has a plan, man. Trust me. Michael Braddock dropped 5 in the super chat for the love. Appreciate it, man. You just want to show love. Appreciate it.
Hey, Dave Walker Vaughn. It's real to me, damn it. I want to say fake blood, Sky.
Kayfabe. Voch, what happened to the cat?
I was gonna ask you that today. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm like, I ain't seen that cat in a minute.
I went through a breakup.
Hey, no.
And she took the dog. She took the cat.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. I just became a pet parent. I wish him would.
I don't like cats. I don't like
cats either. So I got a dog though.
So look, it was my cat that it was her cat, and we became roommates. And I'm not even gonna tell you why we broke up, boy. That got to be another show. But she took both the cats.
Oh, she couldn't leave you one cat.
Fuck cats. But that was
okay.
Still.
You don't like cats, so it don't matter.
I don't like cats, but I like my baby because I saved that cat from the outside. I sheltered that cat. I adopted that cat.
Yeah, I adopted mine, so I feel you, bro.
Just swooped my cat, but my cat had personality, man. Evie had it was New Year's, and it was like people shooting fireworks. The cat was scared. I walked outside just to go to the truck to go grab something. I went to go get my gun because it's New Year's and there was shit buzzing outside, and the cat just at the door, and the cat followed me to the truck. And the cat followed me back to the front. I was like, all right, keep your little goofy ass outside. Don't come in the crib. And the cat walked in the fucking crib like she lived there. So it was just my cat. I just adopted the cat, but she done took the cat, Will, still. I'm fine.
It's cool.
I'm fine. I'm getting a dog. I don't like cats.
Hey, I got one.
American say, look, Eagles of America. He took all the Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
I'm happy now though. I'm happy. Hide on this channel. Cool. What about John Mechie in the second round? Don't hear much about him. John Mechie's in my top wide receiver list somewhere. I think he's 10. I like John
He's
Mechie.
probably 11 because I think we showed. Is he? Oh, is he 10? 10.
John Mechie.
Tomorrow's episode with Foots, y'all talk about the wide receivers. So
We talk about wide receiver, but I like John Mechie. He'll probably go in the third somewhere. But I like him.
You're absolutely right. He's 10.
Voch, big time now. He wanted to be single. Nope. And I'll tell y'all that story one day.
Members only type shit.
I'll tell y'all the story. The reason I got into the first breakup is the reason why I'm not single now. So we just gonna do that. That was the last.
You done gave it all away on that one there, brother.
Who gives a shit? That's Lombardi show. On the volume. Who cares? We doing it. We doing the big hit. How far do we trade back to pick up an extra second? Too far. To the middle. Look, Kyle Cornett. Kyle's like, uh-oh.
Or you trifling?
Kyle, the answer is both.
Trust and believe me. I done heard stories. We gonna keep that off air.
I didn't do bad though. I just did what was best for me. Why must Voch chase the cat? Nothing but the dog and me. I don't worry about it. Let's see. Now you're really gonna be late. We laughed over a lot of y'all time, to be fair.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Green and Burks are there at 24. Who you picking?
Kenyan Green and Traylon Burks?
Yes, Kenyan Green, Traylon Burks, and that's from the Kid Fondo.
Kenyan Green is my 12th overall player. Traylon Burks is... What the fuck I got Traylon Burks at?
I hope in the top 30. Sheesh.
Where I got Traylon Burks at? Where's
See, that's
Traylon?
why we got to go over it. That's okay. That's why we got to go look again.
Yeah, you know. Okay, there we go. Traylon, he's 31.
Oh, damn.
31. Traylon Burks better than this cat. Yeah, see, that's why I got to go over it, man. That's why I got to.
I know.
That's why we got to. Right there for y'all, chat. We're going to go Burks and that person. And we'll switch it up and we'll do it like that. There y'all go, chat. There we go. Voch broke up and started only drinking juice and shit.
Drink water, though.
My water's here, but you know that's when people get healthy when they go through break.
Listen, man, that's the best shape of my life.
Man,
I'm starting to put on a little bit of that good relationship weight.
That's what that relationship
It might
weight.
not look like it to y'all on screen, but trust and believe me, I'm comfortable. Mine's got me real comfortable. Feed me good.
Why y'all think Voch got in the gym, man? Why y'all think Voch? Well, that was the easiest 25 pounds I lost in my life, son.
Nah, but mine is into health and into going to the gym. She go to the gym all the time, so that make me say, you know what? She going. You need to get up in there.
Scott, I'm gonna tell you a story when we get off the line. I'll tell you a story. How much more time we got left in my shit?
We good. It's 4.
We got 2 more minutes, chat, that we leaving. Voch, I'm hearing we might get Andrew Booth if he's there. Hey man, we might take corner. But I don't know. I think there'll be better players at Andrew Booth, but I wouldn't be surprised if we took corner. Or we'll just roll with Anthony Brown or
Let me just tell you this right now.
What's up?
If they trade up for Stingley,
yeah,
you know what's up.
it makes sense. It makes sense.
We ain't gonna be shocked. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Marquise Hayes, I need your opinion. He's a cool player, kind of small, but he's a fine player. What you think about Dez? I don't. You're not Charles Barkley. Be gone.
Yo, one more. I know because we getting to the end here. Dane Brugler's his mock came out. I don't know if it's his latest, like his hardcore
I saw
mock.
it.
And he has Sam. Yeah, he has Sam Williams.
Zion was first, Sam Williams is second, and Jelani Woods was third.
That is interesting. I feel like both Sam and Jelani are a round or two higher. And not Jelani. Jelani, we all believe is going to be third at the least. But even then, he was projected to be later. But Sam, that's real high, bro.
Sure. it's a mess, man. I hope the Cowboys have enough sense to not go there. I hope there's a clearly better player on the board than Sam Williams. I hope somebody take him before the Cowboys get to him, but no, how that go. Chat, this was a fun one, and it's 4:03. It's an hour. Trust me, our shows will get a little thicker when we have actual content to talk about. But all we had today we really didn't have shit today. You know what I mean? Just kind of let y'all in. Voch got to wake up every morning. Whenever I wake up, sometimes Paul, shouts out to Paul. Sometimes Paul will send a message around 9 and be like, "Yo, Voch, what we doing?" I'm like, "Hey, man, I stay up late, dog. I got you when I wake up. Hey, yo, I got you, Paul, from the volume. I got you." So what was up?
No, that's good, man. You want to have people like that on the team.
And I'm grateful for Paul, but I got you with him. But I gotta, I just gotta brief everybody when we wake up so we know what the thumbnail should be. What we, Will Still when he does his magic. Everybody, please put flames in the chat for Will Still. Please. And whatever academy, like whatever award we get or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all just got to know, man, like production is half the fight. So like if y'all watching Voch channel, you're like, hey man, the content good, but man, like them visuals, that's Will Still presenting it, and that's our good graphics team putting all this shit together, man. So hey man, whenever we make it to what we doing, man, it's gonna be beautiful. Nathan Ortiz says Elden Ring today. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get something to eat and I'm gonna play Elden Ring till about 6:50. And then I'm gonna go do some work with Coach Evans at 7 Central. And then after that, I'm gonna probably play Elden Ring some more. So twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi if you want to check out Elden Ring in about an hour or so. Couldn't do it last night, got busy. Follow me on Twitter, VOCHLOMBARDI. And be sure if you're on the Voch Lombardi side, streams will be exclusive on the volume starting in May. So come over to the volume, hit all the YouTube algorithm buttons, and follow the volume on all social medias. We really do appreciate you. Will Still.
Hey, follow me on Twitter at Skywalker Still, and every morning, get behind me, A to Z Sports Live, talking Cowboys, 8 a.m. Central, A to Z Sports Dallas on YouTube.
Hey man, love y'all to pieces, man. Love y'all to pieces. Hey, have a great day. Be nice, somebody, stay out of trouble, and y'all hold down for the Doski Wilson piece of whiskey. Till next time, volume.
Beats Planet.